Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go with them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I can do a story titled, My Girlfriend Got Upset at Me for Liking Her Birthday Gift to Me. Am I the a-hole? And guys, this story is all about a guy who has now kicked his girlfriend to the curb after, on his birthday, when she gave him a present, and everything that unfolded demonstrates just how nuts she is. And this story is really a good one that demonstrates just how crazy some can be. But how masterful they can be at manipulation and playing mind games and passive aggressive and all that. And the second you get an inkling of that, it is best to move on. You must understand that ain't relationship material. But I don't want to give too much away because this is going to have you guys laughing. So he says here, hello Reddit. I wanted to post my dilemma here just to get someone else's opinions on this matter and maybe some advice on what to do. To start off with, I'm 32. I had my birthday a few days ago. My girlfriend of 1 year is 29 years old, and I had just decided to celebrate it at home. I basically ordered some food for dinner and watched a movie together. After the movie, I got up and said that I would maybe play some games for a bit while she took her bath and gets ready for bed, when she suddenly told me that she got me a present. Here come the sirens. Can't do a video lately. Even in Hawaii. Not the freaking sirens. Now for some context here. I'm a fan of FromSoft games like Dark Souls. But I haven't gotten around to playing the game Elden Ring yet. I know that it's already been a few years since it's been released, but money has been quite tight and I'm saving up for a car. So I haven't gotten the chance to buy it. My girlfriend does not play video games, but does know about it because I may have hinted a bit that I wanted to play for a while now. When she gave me her gift, which was a very clearly a case for a game, I got a bit excited thinking that she got me Elden Ring. But when I opened it up, it wasn't Elden Ring, but a game called Code Vein for the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm not going to lie. At first, I was kind of disappointed because it wasn't what I was expecting, but I grew up poor, and my parents taught me to always be thankful for any gifts. I told my girlfriend thank you, got up, gave her a hug and a kiss on the cheek. He says, okay, so now comes the weird part. After kissing her on the cheek, she gave me this kind of surprised look and asked, how do you like my gift? To which I was honest with her and replied, saying, I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it looks kind of fun, so yeah, thank you. Again, she gave me a surprised look. So I went on to play the video game. I had both a PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, and while she took a bath, did her nightly routine. It'd been a while since I played on the PlayStation 4, but after about half an hour of playing, I was actually kind of digging the new game quite a bit. It was basically kind of like Dark Souls, except in a very anime kind of style. About an hour into playing, my girlfriend came down to tell me the bathroom was free and I could take a bath. Now, I don't remember the entire conversation, word for word, but it went something like this. Now, listen to this, guys. Now we're getting into the crazy. I said, oh yeah, sure, just give me 5 minutes to finish what I'm doing and save my progress. She says, so you really do like the game? Isn't it like an old game, she asked. I said, yeah, but it's actually kind of fun. You picked a good one, babe, thank you. She says, so you're really not upset that I didn't get you the game you wanted? And he says, yes, I wanted Elden Ring, but this is good too. Why are you getting angry? It's your gift. At this point, she kind of had this frustrated look on her face, and although she wasn't shouting, she had raised her voice by a bit. I stared at her and asked what was up. After some back and forth between us, she begrudgingly admitted that she purposely got me the wrong game to get back at me because on her birthday, I gotten her the wrong gift. What? She deliberately got him the wrong game because he accidentally got her the wrong gift on her birthday? Psycho. You want to talk about passive aggressive? Goodbye, it's over. Anybody can make a mistake on a birthday, and she could have said something bad, but she deliberately got the wrong thing. Oh, we're just getting started here. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Actually, I'm thinking another word here, but I can't say it. Begins with a C. On her birthday, I'd gotten her a bottle of perfume, but while I had chosen the correct brand of perfume, it apparently wasn't the exact one that she wanted. Oh, that deserves a prison sentence. Now, in my defense, during that time, I did ask her flat out what she wanted, and she told me the brand of perfume, but on the day I was buying it, there were tons of bottles to choose from, and when I called to ask which one she wanted, all she said was, "You should know what scents I like, surprise me." When I did give it to her on her birthday, she just smiled at me and said she loved it, so honestly, I didn't question anything. She set him up to fail. You know it, she set him up to fail, but you're going to find out why pretty soon. So then she devised a plan. I would feel what she felt, and thought that I would get upset at her for getting the wrong game, but didn't expect that I would actually enjoy it. She's pissed off that he's happy with the present she got him because she wanted him to be disappointed like she was disappointed on her birthday. Psycho. Honestly, I'm not really even that upset at her for what she did. Smack. Well, then something's wrong with you, dude. I kind of even laughed at her bad attempt at getting back at me when she explained it. I had also apologized that I got her the wrong perfume and even offered to buy her the right one on my next payday, but now she's still mad over it and is calling me an asshole and isn't talking to me. This chick is screwed up, dude, and not to mention, oh yeah, she's a terrible communicator and passive-aggressive. Get out of there. She is not girlfriend material. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? No, jackass. I'm not really sure because I guess I'm treating the situation kind of lightly, but maybe I'm not seeing things from her perspective. Any advice? Here's the same advice I told you twice. Get out of there. She's a terrible girlfriend, and you're going to find out. Now for the update, when you're going to see exactly my point. This update was the next day. He says, hey Reddit, thanks all to the comments saying I wasn't the a-hole, and although I didn't respond to a lot of your comments, I did try to read most of them, so thank you. I'll try to condense it as much as I can, but it's still pretty long, I think. There's an explanation at the bottom. The update is that we broke up. Thank God. After reading a majority of your comments, I was able to formulate my thoughts probably, but please know that contrary to your guys' advice, I fully went into conversation with the intent to maybe just work things out and talk things through, but things devolved so far from what I was originally expecting. It was about way more than just a fucking bottle of perfume and a game. Of course, it was a lot more than about a bottle of perfume. I mean, there are some psychos out there that would go batshit crazy over a bottle of perfume, but come on. She had been avoiding bringing up this topic for the past couple of days, but today I urged her to sit down and to talk about what happened, why she did what she did, and what she wanted from me. We talked for about 2 hours, which were probably the longest 2 hours of my life, and after a lot of pushing on my part, she finally laid everything out to me. 2 hours digging in and talking about things with this whack job. She said that she acted the way she did because she was frustrated that I had stopped being romantic. His fault. Already, it's his fault for how she's acting. Okay, here's the thing. Over a year ago, when we first started our relationship, we were still living separately and I was still renting out a cheap apartment. Factoring out rent and utilities, whatever else I made, I would usually spend either on her, my hobbies, or my savings. So I usually got her flowers, trinkets, and gifts, go out on dates every other weekend, you know, the usual stuff. So it sounds to me she got the princess treatment. Things changed about 6 months ago because I managed to inherit an old house from one of my uncles. It wasn't big, just 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath, living room, and a small basement, which is where I play. And it was a bit outside the city where I used to rent out of, but the actual plot of land is pretty sizable. Man, that's a great inheritance. Plus, you know, it's a freaking house. Like I said in my original post, I grew up dirt poor and honestly thought I would be renting an apartment for my whole life. I never thought I would ever own property, so I was pretty happy about it. That's awesome, man. Your uncle, I'm sorry your uncle died, but he's a darn good uncle. Now, my girlfriend was initially pretty happy that I got the house too. But after she actually saw the place, she kind of took it back and even suggested I sell the place instead, which I, of course, refused. She comes from a well-to-do family, so I guess the house wasn't that impressive in her eyes. Here we go, well-to-do family. She thinks she's a princess. Unfortunately, the house is kind of a fixer-upper, so a lot of the money I earn goes into fixing up the house and maybe even expand it. And since it's outside the city, I've also been setting aside some money to buy a car, which I never thought of doing before because I used to just commute, and the apartment I was at didn't have any space for tenants to park. So I guess my girl had started to feel that I don't do as much as other romantic stuff as I used to do. We don't go out on dates as much, just usually in special occasions or holidays. So I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, okay, technically he's not doing the same things before, but he has a good solid reason for that. And if she was a good girlfriend, she's not going to take it personally, you know? I mean, in the beginning, of course, people go out a lot more, but eventually as they are together, they do more stuff at home and stuff like that. Nope, she wants the whining and dining. But again, this is all bullshit excuses on her part. And I don't get her as many gifts as before because most of my money is going to the house. I did try to point that out. I still tried to do some small gestures here and there, like cooking her favorite foods and doing chores for her. What the fuck does she bring to the table here? I think many of you guys are thinking. I don't hear anything. I don't hear her taking him out. I don't hear her buying him shit. I don't hear her cooking him, cleaning, anything. The only thing I heard her do is buy him the wrong fucking video game on purpose. She's not a catch. He says, heck, I even sometimes sing to her every now and then, even though I have a shit singing voice. Also, yesterday was Valentine's Day, so I did try to gift her some flowers and candy, but she just accepted it kind of sullenly. I offered to take her for dinner, but she refused to. You gave her candy and flowers after she pulled the video game fiasco? Smack! But yeah, even still, I guess that just wasn't doing it for her. She said that I wasn't as attentive to her once compared to when we started going out, and she wasn't happy living in the small house I got. She said she only bothered moving on to show her support for me, but she honestly didn't like not living in the city. Okay, she's not happy, you're not compatible, break up. But don't do this passive-aggressive bullshit. And oh yeah, by the way, here's a question. If she wasn't happy, why didn't she just simply end it instead of pulling this crap? I'll tell you why. Because she wants to blame him for the relationship failing. She wanted to say, he broke up with me. It's not my fault. She said that me getting her the wrong perfume on her birthday was the final straw. And she wanted to bail on our relationship. When I asked her why she didn't just come out and tell me she wanted to end things, she said to me that she wanted me to initiate the breakup because apparently her parents really liked me and she was scared that she'd be cut off from their support if she broke up with me. There you go. It always comes down to dollars and cents. Right there. She's a spoiled little brat. Not only does this guy, he pampered her in the beginning and she got used to that, her parents help subsidize her lifestyle. I don't hear anything about her having a job. Things apparently weren't going well at her work. Okay, she does have a job. And she's been asking her parents for extra money for a while now, and she couldn't ask me for money because of the house. So essentially, she wanted me to get upset at her so that either A, I get frustrated enough at her so I would initiate the breakup, or B, get upset enough at her so she can't play it off as he got really angry and she didn't feel safe with me anymore to her parents, but her plan wasn't going so well because apparently nothing she did bothered me enough to the extent that I would fight over it. Guys, what I said in the beginning about manipulation, how they can be masters at it, and how they want to put the blame on guys. A lot of times you hear these train wreck stories where relationships go to hell in a handbasket and the girls could deliberately do things to piss the guy off or make him upset and he just won't break up with her. She confessed to doing small annoying things for the past few weeks like piling up dirty dishes or making a mess in the bedroom to try to piss me off, but nothing worked. I was so oblivious to it and basically functioned like normal that her patience had worn thin by my birthday and me enjoying the gift caused her to snap. See? It was such a messed up and convoluted plan that I had trouble wrapping my head around it even now. You know, the funny thing is, guys, I'm going to interrupt here, a little intermission. His mind is just spinning over this nonsense. But to me, this doesn't surprise me. And I actually get the fucked up logic behind this. I don't approve of it, but I can see where they're coming from after doing thousands of stories like this in the last 6 years. They're fucking psycho. And it all boils down to, I don't want to get the blame for the relationship failing, so I'm going to do these things to make him break up with me. Or you get the point. Make it his fault some way, somehow. Anyway, after a long and frankly exhausting conversation, she decided that things weren't going to work out between us. No shit, honey. Aside from the obvious craziness of what she did, our priorities and values were just too different, and she also wasn't really happy with the state of our relationship, so she suggested we break up, and she was going to just deal with her parents in her own way. It means she'll probably manipulate them too to keep getting paid. She packed some of her stuff and is staying at a friend's house right now. I was honestly kind of dumbfounded over her reasoning, but I remembered a lot of your comments and just agreed to part there. It really kind of sucks, and I still cannot believe this all started over a freaking video game. Well, the whole story started over a video game, but it's not over the video game. It's only been an hour since our conversation. I'm going to lay down for a while to decompress. Yeah, because his fucking mind is spinning. Sorry for any messy writing here, and again, thank you for your comments for letting me vent. A lot of you guys said things that made me feel much better about myself. I don't really claim to be the perfect partner. Smack! Stop saying partner, you're a boyfriend. And I definitely have some shortcomings. So I'm going to do some self-reflection for a bit before getting into a new relationship. Hopefully I can learn from this and maybe be better for my next partner if I ever find one. Yes, you'll find one. Hope you guys have a good day, and always remember, be thankful for any gifts you get, in my opinion. There you go, guys. Well, okay, he can do some self-reflection as into, don't get involved with a girl like that. He didn't do anything wrong. He sounded like he was a pretty good boyfriend to her. You know, they were dating. He had his work. He put money away for some savings and stuff for him, but he would take her out and do things. I frankly think he was a little too pampering to her, but little princess, that's how she was used to. But there were a lot of other little signs there. I think he was a decent guy to her, but she's just a big spoiled brat, you know, and not getting what she wants. So he should count his blessings. I think the best moral of the story is do a better screening process. They were living with each other way too soon. You know, 1 year of dating, that's way too soon. But, and I'm sure her crazy would have come out sooner. But the best point of the whole thing is you start seeing the crazy, as he saw, it ends, break up, end of story. And by the way, I'm sure, as they always do, she'll be back. When things don't go the way she wants, when she probably can't get some other guy to put up with her bullshit because now she's 29, and guess what her SMV, sexual market values is called in the dating world, is will decline when she turns 30. She might be back, and I highly recommend is not take her back. Otherwise, a lot of fucking drama. But it was psycho. Holy crap! All that because, you know, yes, it was because she was just not happy. She wasn't getting the attention she wanted and being treated the same, and she knew it was because he had to pay for the house and all those things. He was still doing things. Nope. Little princess there, and the way to try to make it his fault that the relationship failed. All these things on purpose. Deliberately done to try to get him to break up with her. So remember, guys, you're in a relationship and all of a sudden she's just doing all this shit. It's a possibility she's trying to get you to break up with her so she can blame you for the relationship collapsing, not her breaking up with you. No joke. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. If you like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.